Good morning, my children, and once again, welcome back to your English class, the class of the teacher Jacob. For today, my children, we're going to continue with the topic questions and answers using this and those. Now remember, this and those are for objects in plural form. Remember, singular, just one. And we use this with I of Indian and that when the object is far. For plural objects, we can have 2, 3, 4, 100 or 1 million objects. And remember, this with double E is when the objects are near. For example, I have markers. What are these? These, estos, these are markers. Those is when the objects, once again plural, are far from us. Imaginen that right now we are at night, que ahorita ya estamos en la noche, and we are looking up the stars, y estamos observando las estrellas. What are those? ¿Qué son esos? Those are stars. Esas son estrellas. This, when the object is close, near, cerca. Those, when the object is far, cuando el objeto está lejos. Okay? And remember, because we're talking about plural objects, we need to add S or ES according to the rule. Remember the rule. When the object finishes with X or H, we add ES. If it doesn't finish with those letters, we just add S. Let's begin with some examples before we continue with the activity of the teddy book. Example number 1. First of all, we have to check if the object is near or far. Primero tenemos que ver si el objeto se encuentra lejos o cerca de nosotros. Okay? Here I forgot to draw the finger. Aquí olvidé poner el dedito, but is near, está cerca. Okay? So we are going to write, vamos a utilizar, we're going to need or use this. Vamos a utilizar this. Now that we know the distance, let's check the object. What are these? Is an animal of the jungle, very large and extremely dangerous, bien peligroso, color green. What is it? Snake. Very good. So the question says, dice la pregunta, what are these? ¿Qué son estas? These are snakes. Remember, we have to answer it in full form always. Recuerden, chicos, que siempre es importante que nosotros respondamos de manera completa. These are snakes. So, this is additional information. Esta es información adicional. No está en sus study books, ¿ok? Es únicamente para que recuerden lo que trabajamos el día de ayer. These are snakes. Now the object finishes with letter E, so we add S. Snakes. Let's continue with the second question. Now first of all, the distance of the objects. Now here the finger is pointing to a long distance, so is far, están lejos de nosotros. So we use those, esos o esas, those. And the object that appears right here, these are scissors. Remember, school objects, scissors. Now the question says, dice la pregunta, what are those? What are those? ¿Qué son esos? Remember the answer? Those are scissors. those are, esas son, those are scissors. Now scissor finishes with letter R, so we add S at the end to make it plural. Those are scissors. Esas son tijeras. Let's continue with the third question, and it says, dice, what are these? First of all, let's check the distance of the objects. So we have our finger here and it's pointing objects that are near, están cerquita de nosotros. So we use, vamos a utilizar this. And the question says, okay, before we make the question, let's see the objects. Vamos a ver qué objetos vamos a responder. What are these? Are these cylinders? No, it isn't. Pyramids? No, it isn't. Cube? Yes, it is. So we have cube. Now let's make the question. What are these? ¿Qué son estos? These are, estos son, these are cube. Because the object finishes with letter E, we add S at the end. These are cubes. Estos son cubos. And finally, question number 4. Let's see the distance. Okay, and they are far. Están lejos de nosotros. So we use those. And let's see the objects. Okay, these are eggs. Now remember, egg is the one that we have for breakfast or the one that contains a baby animal inside. Eggs. Now the question says, what are those? ¿Qué son esos? Those are, esos son, those are eggs. Egg finishes with letter G. So we add S to make it plural. Those are eggs. Esos son huevos. Okay? Very good. Now, I will pause the video to prepare the activities that appear on your teddy book. Just 1 second. So, let's continue with the class. Now, today we are going to continue working with our teddy book, and the activity is located right here, page 154, 154. So as you can see here, we have more questions that we have to answer using these and those. Okay? So, yesterday we already started with this activity. That's why on today's page we continue with number 6 until number 10. El día de ayer nosotros ya empezamos con estos ejercicios, con estas preguntas. Por eso en la actividad del día de hoy está marcado del 6 al 10. Let's begin. Now remember, for this we have to check the distances between objects and to know what are they. Number 6, it says, what are, vamos a ver qué es. So here we have the finger and it's pointing to objects that are far from us. So the word is those, esos. And the question says, what are those? ¿Qué son esos? And the object that appears right here, train. So, the answer is those, esos, those are, son, those are trains. Now, because the word finishes with N, we add S. Those are trains. Esos son trenes. Let's continue with question number 7. First of all, the distance, here is the finger, and it's pointing to objects that are far from us, lejos de nosotros. So the word is those, esos. And here, it may not look like it, but these are soldiers. Remember, like the number 1, the number that is well standing and always saluting, that is a soldier. So the question says, what are those? ¿Qué son esos? Those are soldiers. Those are soldiers. Okay? Let's continue with the number 8. The number 8, let's check the distance between the objects. Here is the finger, and they are near, cerca. So we use this with double E. And these objects, they are dol. Okay? So, what are these? ¿Qué son estos? These are dolls. These are, estas son, these are dolls with S at the end because it finishes with L. Estas son muñecas. Let's continue with question number 9, and it says, what are, ¿qué son? Let's check the distance. Here is the finger, and the objects are far from us, lejos. So it is those. And the question says, dice la pregunta, what are those? ¿Qué son esos? And the object, they are flowers. So, those, esas, those are, esas son, those are flowers. With S at the end because the object finishes with R. Those are flowers. And finally, question number 10. Let's check the distance between the objects. Here is the finger, and the objects are far from us, lejos de nosotros. So we use, once again, those. And this, the object, lions. So the question says, dice la pregunta, what are those? ¿Qué son esos? Those are, esos son, those are lions. With S at the end because the object finishes with letter N. Okay? Very good. Excellent. So there is no problem, no questions. It's a very easy topic. Okay? Remember that these activities or questions, you can also apply them at your home with objects that surround you. Recuerden que estas preguntas y respuestas ustedes también las pueden practicar en casita con objetos que los rodeen. Por ejemplo, si están en una cocina, you can point to an object and say, what is that? Or what are those? Si ustedes están en la cocina, pueden señalar a un objeto, ya sea en singular o ya sea en plural, ya sea que esté cerca o lejos, y hacer estas preguntas y con la ayuda de sus papás que ellos los ayuden a responderlas o que ustedes las respondan. Okay? Very good. So, that's it for today, my children. Teacher Jacob is very happy that today you concentrate, that you pay attention. We continue tomorrow with more activities and more fun with the teacher Jacob. Have an excellent day. Take care. Goodbye.